Clan MacFarlane is a Highland Scottish clan. War cry: Loch Slòigh, badge: Muileag, Oireag, Foighreag. Descended from the ancient Earls of Lennox, the MacFarlanes occupied the land forming the western shore of Loch Lomond from Tarbet upwards. From Loch Slòigh, a small sheet of water near the foot of Ben Muileag, they took the war cry of Loch Slòigh. The clan was noted for the nighttime cattle raiding of neighbouring clan lands, and as such a full moon became known locally as MacFarlane's Lantern. The ancestral lands of the clan were held by the chiefs until they were sold off for debts in 1767. Since 1866 the chiefship has been dormant, no one having claimed or obtained rematriculation of the chief arms, making Clan MacFarlane a supposed armigerous clan. History. Origins: Clan MacFarlane claims descent from the original Earls of Lennox, though the ultimate origin of these earls is murky and has been debated. The 19th-century Scottish antiquary George Chalmers, in his Caledonia, quoting the 12th-century English chronicler Simeon of Durham, wrote that the original Earls of Lennox descended from an Anglo-Saxon Arkell, son of Ecgfrith. This Arkell, a Northumbrian chief, was said to have fled to Scotland from the devastation caused by the harrying of the north by William the Conqueror, and later received control of the Lennox district from Malcolm III of Scotland, though alternative theories state that the original Earls of Lennox may have been of Gaelic descent. Clan MacFarlane claims its descent from the original line of the Earls of Lennox, through Giles Creost, brother of the Mayo Eldamna each Earl of Lennox, who received in charter de terris de superiori Arica de Lus, the lands of Arica which the MacFarlanes held for centuries until the death of the last chief. Giles Creost's son, Donchard, also obtained charters for his lands from the Earl of Lennox, and appears in the Ragman rolls as Duncan MacIlcriff de Lewin-Argas. Donchard's grandson was Parlan, from whom the clan takes its name from. Malch Louis MacFarlane, the son of Parlan, was confirmed the lands of Arica and others, and hence Malch Louis may be considered as the real founder of the clan. Malch Louis, in turn, was succeeded by his son, Donchard, who obtained by charter the lands of Arica, dated in 1395 at Inchmurren. Donchard seems to have married Christian, daughter of Sir Colin Campbell of Loch Lomond, as stated in a charter of confirmation by Donchard, Earl of Lennox, also dated in 1395. Ian McFarland, in 1420, received confirmation to his lands of Arica, in support of the Stuart Earls of Lennox. Not long after, the ancient line of the Earls of Lennox died with the execution of Donchard, Earl of Lennox, by James I of Scotland in 1425. After the Earl's death it seems that the MacFarlanes claimed the earldom as heirs male. This claim, though, proved disastrous and the family of the chief were murdered, with the clan's fortunes reduced severely. The destruction of the MacFarlanes would have been inevitable but for an Andrew MacFarlane, who married Barbara, daughter of John Stuart, Lord Darnley, who had been created Earl of Lennox in 1488. Skene claimed that even though Andrew MacFarlane, through his marriage, had saved the clan from destruction, he still was refused the chiefship of the clan. Skene also showed that even his son, Sir John MacFarlane, assumed the subordinate designation of Capitanius de Clan Farlane, though Alexander MacBain, in a later edition of Skene's work, pointed out that Capitanius was really Latin for chief. For this period on, the clan appears to have loyally supported the Stuart Earls of Lennox, and for several generations there is little history attributed to the clan. Battle of Glasgow Muir. In the mid-16th century, Donchard MacFarlane of McIan appears to have been a steady supporter of Matthew Stewart, 4th Earl of Lennox. In 1544, MacFarlane led 300 of his men, and joined Lennox and Glencairn at the Battle of Glasgow Muir, where they were narrowly defeated. The MacFarlanes were affected by the forfeitures that followed, though were saved by the very powerful Friends, and the chief obtained a remission for his lands. After the defeat, the Earl of Lennox was forced to flee to England, and married a niece of Henry VIII, and afterward returned to Scotland with the huge force supplied by the English king. For fear of further repercussions, the chief of the clan didn't personally support Lennox, but instead sent a relative, Balter McFarlane of Tarbet, with 400 men, in support of the Earl. The McFarland clansmen are said to have acted as light troops, and as guides to the Earl's main force. The 16th-century English chronicler, Raphael Hollins had described this McFarlane force as follows: "In these exploits the Earl had with him Walter McFarlane of Tarbet, and 70 of men of the head of Lennox, that spoke both Irish and the English-Scottish tongues very well, light footmen very well armed in the shirties of mail, with bows and two-handed swords, and being joined with the Scottish archers and shot, did much available service in the straits, marishes, and mountain countries." Battle of Pinkie Cleugh at Irvine in 1545. A bond of manrant was granted to Hugh, Master of Eglinton, to Duncan, uncle of the Laird of McFarlane. Later in 1547 the clan suffered grievously at the Battle of Pinkie Cleugh, in which the chief, Duncan, was slain along with many of his men. The clan, led by Duncan's son, Andrew, fought under the Regent James Stewart, 1st Earl of Moray, against the forces of Mary, Queen of Scots, at the Battle of Langside in 1568. The clan's part in the battle is related to by Hollinshead. In this battle the Viancy of an Highland gentleman named Mcfarland stood the regent's part in great stead, for in the hottest brunte of the fight, he came in with 300 of his friends and countrymen, and so manfully gave in upon the flanker of the Queen's people, that there was great cause of the disordering of them. After the battle, the clan also boasted of capturing 3 standards of the Queen's army, which were preserved as trophies for a long time afterwards. For his clan's aid, Andrew was awarded the crest of a demi-savage proper, holding in his dexter hand a sheaf of arrows, and pointing with his sinister to an imperial crown, or with the motto, "This'll defend," by the Earl. The crest bestowed on the McFarlane chief alludes to the defence of the crown and kingdom of Scotland, as Mary was seen as rebellion against the crown. Nothing is known of Andrew's son, though his grandson, Walter McFarlane, was a staunch supporter of the king. In his time, he was twice besieged in his house, and his castle of Inverrugly was later burned down by English forces. Fall of the clan. The clan was denounced by the government in 1594 to have committing theft, robbery, murder, and tyranny. Later, in 1624, after the Battle of Glenfruin, when the McFarlanes and the Friends the MacGregors killed about 80 members of Clan Cahoon and their allies, several members of the clan were tried and convicted of such acts, with some being pardoned and others executed. Many others were removed to Aberdeenshire and Strathaven in Banffshire, where they assumed the names Cordy, Greasock, James and Emmons. Some fled to Ireland, and with the potato famine they emigrated further to America, where the surname would evolve to McFarlane. The last clan chief, in the direct male line, William McFarlane, 20th clan chief, was born in 1813 and died without issue in 1866. The heir of line then passed to his sister, Jane Watt McFarlane, who was born in 1817 and who married a Mr. James Scott and settled in Sunderland, England. A successful draper, she died in 1887, leaving several children. Her current clan chief could be found from one of the descendants. Several of the clan left and settled in Ireland, as part of the force of the superior, the Earl of Lennox, when he took up his 3,000-acre landholding during the plantation of Ireland in the reign of James VI, and the leading representative of this branch, McFarland of Hunstown House, from Dublin, made claims to the chiefship of the clan. Today the chiefship of the clan is dormant, and the clan can be considered an armigerous clan. Clan profile. Clan badge. 2 plant badges have been attributed to the clan. Cranberry. The clan shares this badge with Clan Macaulay, which tradition gives a descent from the old Earls of Lennox. Cloudberry. Clan slogan. Loch Slòigh. Clan motto. This'll defend. Clan crest. A demi-savage brandishing in his dexter broadsword proper and pointing with his sinister to an imperial crown a standing by him on the wreath. Clan pipe music. Thorgale nam bo or Thorgale nam botheage again. Spade Oireag. Clan Farlane, saved from extinction by Robert McFarlane in the late 1800s. Clan tartan. There are 6 reported McFarlane tartans. Red hunting, black and amp, white mourning, black and amp, red dress, and lendrum. Origin of the name. The surname McFarlane, and other variations of the name, are anglicizations of the Gaelic patronymic MacFarlane, meaning son of Parlan. The Gaelic Parlan or Partholan is likely an Gaelicization of the Latin Bartholomeus. In Moncriefer's opinion, the name was linked with Partholon of Irish mythology, writing, Partholon or sea waves appears in Irish mythology as the first to take possession of Ireland after the flood. Associated names. The following names are considered by the International Clan McFarlane Society to be associated with the clan. Note that the prefixes Mac, MC, and M are interchangeable. Many of the associated names listed are claimed by other clans.